Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Tomorrow News. Tomorrow is March 3rd, a day of great importance for me and for all of Bulgaria. Tomorrow, we celebrate the liberation of Bulgaria from Ottoman rule. The country fell under Ottoman domination at the end of the 14th century in 1396 and remained under its control until March 3, 1878. This means nearly 500 years of foreign rule. It all started in the second half of the 11th century, when the Turks arrived in Asia Minor and began playing a major role in Eastern and later in Central European politics. Initially, Byzantium managed to resist them, aided by the First Crusade, but due to continuous wars with other Eastern European states, the empire became financially exhausted, allowing the Ottomans to gradually reclaim lost territories and start gaining strength. Meanwhile, Bulgaria was experiencing its own golden age. In 1185, the country was under Byzantine rule, but two brothers, the brothers Asen and Peter, led an uprising against the empire and declared Bulgaria independent. They established Turnovo as the capital and founded the Asen dynasty. They both were assassinated in separate conspiracies, Asen in 1196 and Peter in 1197, but then their younger brother Kaloyan ascended to the throne. Kaloyan gained international recognition for Bulgaria when Pope Innocent III sent him a royal crown, proclaiming him Tsar of Bulgarians and Vlachs, and restoring the independence of the Bulgarian Church. Later, Kaloyan defeated the Knights of the Fourth Crusade, earning the title the Roman Slayer. He turned Bulgaria into the dominant power in the Balkans and laid the foundation for what would become known as the Golden Age of the Second Bulgarian Empire. This golden period peaked under Tsar Ivan Asen II, the nephew of Kaloyan and son of Asen I. He is regarded as the greatest Bulgarian ruler. Under his leadership, Bulgaria expanded to three seas, the Black, Aegean and Adriatic Sea, flourishing economically and politically. However, after his death, everything changed. Following the death of Ivan Asen II, Bulgaria entered a period of instability. Several weak rulers took the throne, and the country began to lose territory. One of these rulers was Ivailo, a common peasant who led a rebellion and became Tsar. Later, Bulgaria continued to suffer from internal struggles until the reign of Tsar Ivan Alexander in the 14th century. His rule began successfully, but at the end he made a fatal mistake. He divided the country between his sons, weakening the state. Upon his death, in 1371, Bulgaria was fragmented into three separate entities. The Turnovo Tsardom, ruled by Tsar Ivan Shishman, which covered the central and the northern part of Bulgaria. The Vidin Tsardom, ruled by Tsar Ivan Sratsimir, with Vidin as its capital, and the Despotate of Dobruja, which remained somewhat independent. This division left Bulgaria vulnerable, and the Ottoman Empire, now a major force in Eastern Europe, took advantage of this, gradually conquering the country. With their strong cavalry and military strategies, the Ottomans advanced steadily. The first part of Bulgaria to fall was the Despotate of Dobruja in 1388, when the Ottomans, led by Lala Shahin, invaded the region. The next major loss was the Turnovo Tsardom. In 1393, Sultan Bayezid I laid siege to Turnovo. The city resisted for 3 months, but in the end, internal betrayal led to its downfall, and the capital of Bulgaria fell. The final blow came in 1396 at the Battle of Nikopol, where the Ottomans crushed the last attempt of resistance, and the Vidin Tsardom fell, completing Bulgaria's conquest. With the fall of Bulgaria, deep changes occurred in its society, economy, and culture. The Bulgarian nobility was either executed or forcibly converted to Islam. The Bulgarian Orthodox Church was abolished. Many cities were subjected to mass Islamization, where the people were forced to convert to the Islam. One of the most devastating policies was the blood tax, known as devshirme. Every Christian family was required to give up one boy between the ages of 7 and 14 who was taken from his home, converted to Islam, and trained as a janissary, an elite soldier of the Ottoman army. Despite these hardships, Bulgarians adapted, developing trade and craftsmanship. Cities such as Turnovo, Gabrovo, Koprivnica, and Plovdiv became important economic hubs, and the rise of the wealthy Bulgarian merchants and community leaders known as Chorbaji played a crucial role in the country's national revival. By the late 16th and 17th centuries, Bulgarians attempted several uprisings, but all were brutally crushed. However, these rebellions fueled the Bulgarian national revival, a period marked by the economic rise of Bulgarian cities, the expansion of Bulgarian education, and the emergence of revolutionary ideas. This period saw the rise of key figures in the national movement, including Georgi Rakovsky, born in 1821, who was the first to propose organized resistance against the Ottomans. On July 18, 1837, in the town of Karlovo, the Apostle of Freedom Vasil Levski was born. He was the most prominent organizer of the National Liberation Movement, creating a network of secret revolutionary committees and believing in a pure and sacred republic without oppression. He operated alone in Ottoman territory, risking his life. His words, "If I win for the whole nation. If I lose only myself," continue to inspire not only his contemporaries but also generations of Bulgarians to this day. Levski remains the most revered and luminous figure in Bulgarian history. Shortly after him, in 1848, another remarkable poet and revolutionary was born in Kalofer. His name was Hristo Botev, and he combined the revolutionary idea with literature, writing great poems such as Hadji Dimitar and The Hanging of Vasil Levski, which have remained in Bulgarian history and consciousness. Thanks to these three figures and countless other freedom fighters, numerous uprisings were organized, though initially suppressed. On April 20, 1876, the April Uprising broke out. In Koprivnica, Bulgarians launched their largest, most organized, and best armed rebellion against the Ottomans. Despite their fierce resistance, key leaders such as Georgi Benkovsky and Botev himself lost their lives. By May, the uprising was brutally crushed by the Ottoman Empire. Over 5,000 people were massacred in the Batak massacre, and many towns were burned to the ground. This brutality shocked the world, as Western media published numerous reports on the atrocities. American journalist Januarius Magahan wrote, "I have never seen such a destruction and cruelty. Even in the most brutal wars, there has never been such slaughter of unarmed people." He also stated, "These things cannot be hidden. The whole world will know what happened here." Impelled by these horrors, the great powers of Western Europe, along with Russia, demanded that the Ottoman Empire grant autonomy to Bulgaria. When the Ottomans refused, Russia declared war, marking the beginning of the Russo-Turkish War of Liberation in 1877. Thousands of Bulgarians and Russians perished with one shared vision: to see Bulgaria free. Finally, in 1878, this long-awaited and hard-fought dream became a reality. Bulgarian and Russian forces crushed Ottoman's resistance, leading to the signing of the Treaty of San Stefano on March 3, 1878, which recognized Bulgaria as an independent state. Tomorrow marks 147 years since this historic event. In present days, Bulgaria is a modern country with stunning nature and enlightened people. It is a full member of the European Union, NATO, and recently the Schengen area. However, this date will forever remain in the hearts of Bulgarians. It reminds us that through sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, we have earned our most fundamental right: freedom. That is why all Bulgarians are obliged to remember and honor those who gave their lives for it, and to continue developing ourselves as individuals and as a free nation with a free spirit. And remember, tomorrow is bright.